The jungle is fierce today. Unfortunately, in the jungle, we don't get to see the team flags in the background. Team Unknown rocking the gradient game, a nice shade of purple, and Team Infinity rocking the hashtag GoInf.
You know, I feel like
Go
there's no way
INF.
not to jinx this, because I want to say that, like, even though Unknown won, I think Infinity has the chance of taking this series as well, because Unknown looks kind of shaky. What do you guys feel like? Do you feel like a team played necessarily better than the other in this first game?
It's so weird when you have a team like Unknown who it looks like it's their game, and then they throw it away, and then they bring it back. It's like, do I deduct points because you guys threw it away, but then do I re-add those points? Is it like a wash because you brought it back from the brink? That felt like that's like a real 50-50, that game one. That was like so many moments where either team could have won.
Yeah.
I don't think one team looked clearly better than the other. Maybe I'd slightly favor Unknown since they did win and it was within their grasp before they threw. So if they could just do that again without the big mid-game toss, should be easy. So I'm not going more than like 55-45 though, man. I think these two teams are evenly matched at the bottom.
I have a sideline reporter here who can confirm it is a semicircle based on extensive testing.
Oh, cool.
So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Semicircle.
Yep. I had some directly sideways, so can confirm.
All right, so it's half a circle.
And also, if you blink off the map, you can go backwards. Boom. So it's not always forward.
What is the exact definition of a semicircle? Like, does it need
half
to
a circle?
be?
It's a half circle.
Does it need to be exactly a half circle?
Yeah,
What if
by
it's
definition. It's like saying, what is the definition of round? You know, is an oblate spheroid round? Yes.
So yes.
Sphere round?
Bowie, by definition, a semicircle is half of a circle by its circumference.
Yeah, it's just that, like, in Portuguese, semi is not necessarily half. It's like anything.
Well, so it's
less
just
than
word
half.
specific. In English,
You guys aren't taking those building codes too seriously?
Yeah, semi doesn't always mean half. Most of the time, we would just say half, but semicircle is its own word, and when they're put together,
I see.
it's like it's one of them weird English things, man. Your head's in the right place. This is just a memorization battle.
We did talk a lot about that Viper. Looks like Infinity actually goes for it.
Yep. And the early Tiny again. I digress. I don't know.
It did win.
It did win. Correct. I think Trent just hit the nail on the head. It's not that like I hate Tiny mid. It's this opener Tiny. You have to be able to flex it. At least grabbing the gyro here does open that up for them. So better, but
you know, I gotta agree. I don't think I remember seeing a second phase Tiny ban like ever.
Never. Exactly. That's why I don't really get it. I mean, if you're afraid of maybe Infinity taking it fourth pick, all right. Yeah, I see where your head's at, but
Well, the further into a draft the flexible hero is picked, the less value it has to your draft, though.
Radiant team ban.
Yes, but
Yeah,
do
but
we
wouldn't-
see that Tiny flex that much?
wouldn't you rather third pick it than second pick it? Same logic, Trent. Get yourself the meta hero.
Personally, that's how I feel about Tiny, yes, but if you're trying to use it as a flex, it is more valuable in the second phase because it opens up more banning options that they have to account for. Like
now I want to
this
go
Nyx
against
assassin.
All right,
Yeah,
I don't
I mean,
understand. I mean, come on.
I see where you're coming from. It does maybe force some bans, but I think it's more they thought Infinity was going to take it. I think we're way hyper analyzing this, and it's just, well, they're going to take Tiny if we don't take Tiny, so let's just take the Tiny. I think it's SA, dude. Everybody just wants to play the Rockman. He's made of granite.
Well, what do you? Okay.
What's that saying, Trent? Metal sharpens metal or something? Rocks sharpen diamonds cut diamonds? What's the?
I'm sure it all makes sense according to the Mohs scale of hardness.
Yeah, but it's some like there's some saying about bootstraps, like, you know, we're getting cut by diamonds, and that's us forming into a diamond because only diamonds can cut diamonds.
Sharpens iron. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
since
that
we're
sounds
talking materials, I actually watched a 15-minute video yesterday where this guy was trying to make glass out of wood, and it was the most boring video ever. But I watched it to the end, and it did look like glass at the end, dude.
That sounds like a Bowie video. This guy's gonna turn wood into glass. I gotta see this.
Yeah, like you take the lignin out of the wood and then you like you vacuum the wood and somehow it becomes glass. It's incredible.
That's just science.
Yeah. All right.
Now puck into ABBA. Okay.
So this is probably Viper 5.
Dire team ban.
Man, we're drafting fast now. What's going on, guys?
Whoa.
Oh, Dark
All
Seer.
right. Dark Seer to go with the Earth Spirit. We've still got a position 1 to go. Ooh.
No Oracle to dispel the Dark Seer. I like this.
I think I like this Infinity lineup here, boys.
I mean, not to spoil, but are you guys aware who the second highest win rate across all of Dota 2 is currently?
I hope it's Darkseer.
It is Darkseer.
Wow.
He's currently sitting at a 55.28% win rate across all pubs. That's all brackets, but that's pretty high for him.
That is.
He's not typically a hero. That means whatever your easy spell is too strong. So like AA, for example, is currently the highest win rate, shockingly enough.
So basically,
Which is pretty
Darkseer,
weird.
you buy Ags and then just run around and Ion Shell people, and you've pretty much dummy-proofed the hero. You're healing and doing damage at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, his Iron Shell's pretty much too good right now. That's what
Okay.
we're getting at.
I mean, it's felt like it. I've said this multiple times. Every time he's been picked in SA, the hero has felt good. We've felt his impact. We always marvel at how much damage and healing he pumps out by the end of the game. It's just non-stop pressure.
Get some combos with the vacuum here too. With the coil.
Puck. Yeah. So carry time, 9th pick for Infinity. No Sven, no Ursa.
Terrorblade, Terror Wave, Coil Snap.
Wow.
Sven would be sick. That would have been the best pick for sure.
What if you
How about
play the
Slack?
anti-mage on the side of
Not into
Infinity?
Lesh. I don't think you want a 9th pick the AM. You need something real safe here. You need like the life stealer of heroes that aren't banned yet.
Yeah, they're all banned. Like Troll, Jug, Ursa, Sven. Those are like the big
Yeah.
ones.
Okay, Wraith King.
Not as speedy, but he has the stun.
And he has the Darkseer, so that'll help him out.
Okay.
It's I think based on the options left, this was a top tier choice for Infinity.
Yeah, I would say so.
So now
will
probably
you play
not
the anti-mage on the side of
position 1 time.
Yes, you definitely do. Why did they not ban Anti-Mage if they're going to pick Wraith King? You definitely go Anti-Mage and 5 Gyro, right?
Yeah, but then the ABBA has to be a 3, right? Which is a little ugh. But yeah, I think that's the best option. It's not usual, so
Well, why couldn't the Lesh just be 3, the tiny mid? Gyro could go 4. 4,
So
someone
I
builds a
think
Veil.
They're
Gyro
picking
4?
Tusker Earth Spirit here, guys.
Wait, what?
This is a 1 Gyro, a
Oh,
3
God.
Why
Lash.
don't you just go AM, though? There's a Darkseer.
No. You don't want to go
Puck's
range
annoying.
carry versus Darkseer. You get destroyed, I think. I think you have to go melee hero.
Maybe they're trying to bait the AM. I mean, to be fair, AM's not like incredible versus the Wraith King. That's not the main selling point. I think the Darkseer is the main
Yes.
selling point. But at the same time, it's into a Viper, so you would have the break. But the Viper's probably a 5, so you're not as concerned about it.
But you have Puck and Earth Spirit, 2 forms of silence. It's not a free anti-mage game.
Yeah, I don't think there's a
but all
really
the ones
good
are
hero.
also banned.
Yeah, there's like no really good solution.
That's why they're going to 1 the Gyro and then pick Earth Spirit.
What about this Larkito? Don't you use Lark?
It's pretty good against the Wraith King.
You break
That's
the
all right.
coil. You can go Diffusal.
There's no other dispels, right? There's no 1 with a dispel.
Nope. PL has a dispel, but you can't really dispel out of the coil.
Yeah, I mean to like dispel the
Yeah.
Ion Shell.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just Ench just supports your Oracles of the world. Damn.
Of course, they
is there
could
any
do
world
that. It's
where they won the
'cause-
ABBA?
Well, they could Oracle and won the Gyro, right?
Actually, you're right. They
Because
could
then
do
you don't
that.
have to worry about the Darkseer.
Ooh.
I just
Ooh.
feel like it is a terrible matchup. Gyro versus Wraith King. I don't know.
Terrible.
This is a tough one, dude. Because this pick is you can go any direction with this.
Yeah. I mean,
This is
like one
definitely a
ABBA
player
is still an
preference.
option here. It's a matter of if they actually play it, though. That has been the
Oh,
Beast
yeah.
Coast special.
Dude, you're actually saying what's a 1 with a dispel? There's your answer. It's ABBA.
It's ABBA.
Okay. Here we go. No, it's gonna
Nope,
be
it's not
anyone.
ABBA. Okay.
Prada Abada. Okay,
So-
so I like the Tide Hunter. You know, you have the Anchor Smash
sure.
against the Wraith King, but they have a Viper.
Send a Viper.
So yeah, I don't know. I think this is easy game for Infinity. We'll go 3
Yeah.
games.
Trent, are we about to cast?
We
your
can't be
curse here?
stopped. I mean,
are we gonna do it? Because I'm feeling exactly the same as Bowie. I'm looking at this tied into Viper,
Yeah.
despite it being a support Viper, and I'm nervous. Not to mention, I love the Darkseer and everything you guys said about the gyro on the one. Is this lane gonna be okay? I'm not sure.
no. And his
Nope.
jungle is not very good early.
Yep.
And RoboZ's the mid, so he's make a ton of space with Edict, but he has a Tide to work with. So unless Wish is going to go totally insane this game, yeah, I think that this is a very rough game. I would definitely pick Infinity regardless of who was playing what. This is just like
Just
this could be
draft-wise.
like
Yeah.
Secret versus like whoever, and I'm picking this lineup down here. Yeah, I'm going for Infinity.
So much
Sorry,
aggression
I
as well.
listed Secret. I forgot that Europe's bad now. This could be IG versus anyone, and I'm still taking the Puck lineup.
Good save,
My
buddy.
bad.
Good save.
My bad.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, Puck's stock seems to be falling a little bit, at least in South America. But when he gets picked up like this, I tend to feel pretty optimistic. So we'll see. We're calling it a game 3. Easy win in game 2 for Infinity. Let's see if our casters disagree. Gary, Carrie, whatever your name is, for the sake of
Carrie.
your pipes, I'm almost hoping that this is a 2-0.
Gary, yeah, here we go. I mean, my loyalty
carry.
wavered a little bit in game 1, Thebe, and usually I am on board with that king. And I think I'm going to have to renew my allegiance and go with Infinity here. That Wraith King, the PP Puck, obviously going to be a beautiful performance from him as well. Unknown, this draft is a little bit off kilter. Tiny going to have some struggles here. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, position 2 Tiny has seen a lot of success, but moving that into the 4 role is very interesting. And I do think the Viper is going to be countered because of the Abaddon, but the overall team fight with the Darkseer, Earth Spirit, Wraith King Puck nonsense in the mid game is going to be so overwhelming for Unknown's team fight, I think. So unless the Gyrocopter and Abaddon can really destroy bottom in some ways, I mean, which is possible, right? You got the Rocket with the Abaddon running on top of the Viper, dispelling the poison attacks or something. Oh, sorry. Why am I talking about Viper? My God. I mean, the
+5
Darkseer.
Viper.
Yeah, the Darkseer. Like you can own bottom lane against the Darkseer, which is very possible for the Abaddon and the Jaro. Sorry, guys. It's been a long day so far. My
I'm already
brain is
halfway through.
all haywired. Yeah, I need another cup of coffee to get things going.
Time to get that caffeine going, yeah. Well, it looks like they tried to get D-Ward in the mid lane, but Radiant were kind of ready and waiting for it. Sentry got placed in haste, kind of panicked by the Earth Spirit, so they don't spot any of the vision. Everyone's going to keep their observer wards up, and we do get ourselves into this laning stage with that Lesh mid up against the Puck. And these side lanes, Pamplona Little Boy, this good old classic strength support with the Ion Shells against that Abaddon. And the Gyrocopter could definitely get up in his face and cause some issues. And very quickly into that top lane, now Wraith King with Sexy Yogi already putting some poison attacks onto Widget's Tiny. Double melee there with Sacred Tide. Gonna have, like, when you've got the 1v1s, Tide doesn't do too badly against the Wraith King, does he?
Yeah, Tide is one of the more favorable matchups
But Widge?
against the Wraith King.
TPing?
Yeah, we're just gonna TP out. It's just unload the entire poison attacks, his mana pool onto the Tiny. But yeah, Tide Hunter, this is something that you normally see against the Wraith King because
Well,
of the
Spirit
Anchor
might
Smash
die.
against the Skellies.
He will die. Try to drag
blood.
that wave. And look at the build on Abaddon, Theban. It's your favorite.
Yep. That's my favorite right there. Curse of Awareness plus the Orb of Venom. I'm telling you, Gary, this is really the only way to play this Abaddon unless your lane is super, super hard that you can't just run in and hit someone. But against this double melee, guys, it's incredibly good. The Boots of Speed does nothing. Just means he has no stats against this Abaddon who's just going to be able to stay on top of you the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely lane winning. Add in that homing missile. Get yourself first blood. Gyrocopter 8 CS already. Dancing on. Oh, top lane, Sacred. He's going to kill off the Viper, the Fairy Fire. Sexy Yogi turns with a couple more poison attacks. He's kiting, he's juking, but the final hit from Tide, the Anchor Smash, but traded his life. As the Tiny will regen up and get a good amount of experience here, but now going to be happy with that. Tide down for a long while, and he can actually hit some creeps for a bit.
Yeah, and the Viper going to be able to come back into the lane with 4 mana now. Unload that mana pull onto another target. Poison attack.
And these early
keep
boots
going
up for
with it.
now as well.
Yeah, I don't think Sacred is going to be dying too much in this lane. That might be the only death he might even have, to be fair. Just needs to get to level 3 with that level 2 anchor smash.
Yeah, then the points up in Kraken Shell as we progress on forward are going to be super handy up against that Viper and the Wraith King. Widge, he does have boots, so Avalanche and walk it back. Make sure that dire pull's successful though. Now and Sexy Yogi guard it.
Bottom lane, look at this Darkseid just getting absolutely bullied by this Abaddon. He's got another shield ready. He's gonna stay on Lil Boy. Wait, Lil Boy's just dead. Yup.
He just gets soloed by the Abaddon. Level 2 Prada.
Oh man, he used his last mana to use Iron Shell instead of just surging out of there. He has a salve and a clarity. The absolute disrespect to this Orb of Venom Abaddon. Look at that.
Imagine being in position 5. You start 2-0 3 minutes into the game.
He must feel amazing.
And gets his next pull off as well as they toss the
Top
Viper
lane.
into the Tide top lane. Sacred actually might be in trouble now. That toss working against them. Turns with the anchor smash. Wraith
Oh, the
King
poison attack!
going to bring the
It's
Tide
enough.
down. Yeah, the poison attack slows him enough. Sexy Yogi to pick up the kill. So Tide with 2 deaths up top. And sure, you're killing off the Viper and you're messing around with the farm rate of now as Wraith King, but losing your life there, not worth it. Another homing missile bottom. Gives Prada the chance to try and guard his pull spot. This is given complete free farm to Teemo. 27 with 9 denies. Seemingly no way to stop him. And usually you would want this bottom lane for the Dire to be aggressive, get up in the face of the Gyrocopter, but the fact that Abaddon has planted himself like in the middle of them, stopping them from doing any of that, and killing them, massive victory as mid lane. RoboZ dodges the kick. Split Earth is ready for him. Not going to be able to get a bottle refill or anything though, as the water runes are all gathered up by PP and Pamplona.
Yeah, and Abaddon's doing so well in this bottom lane. Like, he can afford to TP mid and give the salve to the Leshrac. Because now he's just going to walk back bottom and kick Lil Boy out again. Teemo, all he has to do is drop a homing missile onto Lil Boy.
Yeah, it's a surge away.
Good move so
Go on,
far
give him
from
the
Unknown.
hits. 3, 4, pop the shield on him as well. Yeah, just tanking under that tower, no fear whatsoever.
It's the problem with Darkseer in general. He actually gives free farm to carries because he's just constantly shoving the lane in, and if you're not pulling the big camp or the big camp gets blocked and you're not able to get that little bit of extra XP on the Darkseer, you utilize the fact that the lane's pushed out. Teemo here, 33 lasts, 14 denies. This is just so good for him. Guarantees that he's gonna have a good game.
Yeah, they even pull the Radiant creep wave into that camp so Gyro can farm it himself. Farms out the full wave, the full camp.
Everything.
My
Teemo's
God,
getting
Gyro's
gigantic.
Yeah, he's a monumental amount of farm on his Gyrocopter already.
What I would like to see though is maybe Pamplona getting shelled and TPing mid, making a play onto the Leshrac. He's actually going to get smoked up, but the Iron Shell is going to run out, I think, before he's able to make the play. He has roughly 10 seconds to do something before the
Yeah,
Iron
and
Shell's out.
With that Tiny, he's already in the mid lane. Refilled the bottle for the Lash, sticking around.
Waiting for
kind
the
of,
6-minute rune.
yeah, preempting that movement, waiting for that rune, stacking a camp. So a nice sequence of events there from the Tiny. And Invis spawns top for RoboZ.
If it spawned bottom, then Abaddon would have picked that up. So complete rune control from Unknown here. PP. He's wondering where to go next. Do we go top lane? Try to go on Sacred? Is that the play?
Yeah. It might be, but like Viper has zoned him out of the lane. Tidehunter's kind of struggling to actually stay up in that top lane whatsoever. And Lesh is the one to make the move first. Invis, I don't know if he got spotted by any of those wards on his way up here. He'd probably have the information from Puck that the Lesh is missing and has the Invis rune that they knew about. But Wraith King's still level 5. Oh, is he going to crack 6 from these 2 creeps here? It looks like he should. So Reincarnation. Yeah, it will be ready if they try and get on top of now. Lesh has realised just go back to that mid lane. So no rotations from the 2 position 2s just yet.
Yeah, they got the sentry
then-
up top as well, just share the information that, hey, this guy is gone with the power rune. We've seen every single game almost where the mid laner just rotates instantly as soon as he gets a rune.
But it's just continuation of free farm bottom though, right? Like Darkseer's ditched the lane, he's farming jungle
Yep.
now, relegated away from the lane. Earth
Lesh
Spirit
as
doesn't
well.
feel like he's have a... Yeah.
They're all off to a great start on Unknown. But they need something like this to be happening with the kind of heroes that they drafted, right? You got the lane winners with the Jaro at bat and bottom. The Leshrac, you know, he hits level 6, he's just going to go into the jungle. Tiny's been doing a great job of just mitigating, you know, the losses on top lane right now.
And it's always so nice to have a hero like Tiny against an Earth Spirit, or even vice versa, right? And quite often when you think about these double range supports and how they can struggle, when you've got someone like Tiny who equally wants to rotate around, you know, you're kind of tracing the movements of the Earth Spirit and making sure wherever he is, you are, and you are counteracting his plays. But Gyrocopter, the question is going to be whether or not he can get away from this. He popped the smoke on the puck, so Dire knows there's someone down there, but he's safely by his tower.
PP's TPing out. This was a bad TP from PP here. Like, he should have waited and seen if the Gyrocopter was gonna come to the creep wave when the lane gets shoved out. Instead, he TPs to the outpost. 5-second TP, walks through a ward. They're gonna go
starting to
Robo Z
mid.
though. Yeah.
Do they
There's a
coil
shield.
the Lash?
It's not happening.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely isn't.
That was such a big wasted rotation from Infinity for sure. That would look like it would have been a kill onto the Gyrocopter had he just been patient and waited for the creep wave.
It's that desperation though, isn't it? You know, they feel like this game is already slipping away from them, and they need to make space for now as Wraith King to get towards this. He's actually switched into Armlet, and then after he'll go for the Radiance. So they're definitely eyeing up more of a kind of 10-minute timing.
So the only reason they feel like it's slipping is because their rotations are not hitting, right? The kills are not happening.
Yeah,
Says
whereas
Yogi.
Unknown straight onto that Viper. I should be able to convert this into a tower push as well, because they brought the Gyro up here. Sacred. Level 4 Anchor Smash claims the kill. He's got his hood, his Soul Ring. So the tanky Tide Boy, you know, anywhere he wants to be on the map, he'll choose bottom lane to defend that tower.
Ooh.
And if he wants to Soul Ring
That's-
Ravage for some more TPs to come in, he can.
I mean, he does have a hood. I guess he's very tanky here, but if Infinity bring all 5 of the heroes, they can kill this Tidehunter. And they should kill this Tidehunter. Because you know the Gyrocopter just TP top lane, and he can't come bottom to fight. So it'll be a 5 versus 4, no matter what for Infinity. But Viper deciding to TP top and trying to delay this tower take might actually be the death of Viper very soon, Gary.
It looks like he's probably just going to die again, right? Homing Missile, they TP the Earth Spirit up there, but a call down an Avalanche. They don't want to dive. They see some TPs coming. Not focusing on the
Robo-Z's here,
objective either, but
Darkseer's TP too.
Lashrak, they know exactly what's going on. Lashrak gonna get that rock kicked at him. Pulse Nova going. Viper Strike from Sexy Yogi. Level 6 Viper, 10 minutes in, and they're backing back into the wall. Earth Spirit,
toss
not
up.
ready with any more roll, and a great toss back. They need the puck to get a coil, and they will land it onto that Lesh. But he's got a lot of damage output. Turns, thinks
Nice
about Split
silence.
Earth with a 6 silence from the Earth Spirit. Pamplona stops him in his tracks, and now they can pick off the stragglers. Prada gone, and a double kill for PP. That worked out,
Very
and they
good.
needed it too.
Yeah, they actually managed to TP 3 heroes. Very rarely do plays like that into your safe lane work out, but they made the decision that Tidehunter, because he TP bottom, instead of diving him, let's just take the fight to them top lane, even though Unknown have a lot of heroes up there. Nice silence there from the Earth Spirit at the end. Not able to get the shield off onto the Leshrac to help him escape. They get
Sexy
some
Yogi.
really key kills.
He's gonna kill a Tiny here, it looks like. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
he
he
got
dies
him.
before the Viper does.
Honestly, this position 5 Viper has done a lot of work already in this game. Like, getting that kill, and now this
He's level
gives
7.
the home to the Earth Spirit too. Yeah, it's very high level now.
Well, they will come back up though and claim their prize finally. That safe lane tower. Gonna go down to
Sacred.
the Curse of Avernus.
But Sacred had to come back up here, so that does mean now bottom tower is gonna be his. He's gonna be sticking around here, farming it up, getting some more skellies going, constantly shoving that bottom lane in, making his way towards that Radiance. And this bottom lane is pretty much gonna be Infinity Zone.
Yeah, and he's not weak either. That arm that makes him an incredible fighting force. So if they do want to come and kick him out of the jungle, they're gonna have to bring numbers. So a little bit of a move back in towards that mid lane. Radiant wanting to defend against any kind of push here from the Dire squad, and of course trying to levy their own position with level 4 Edict onto that tier 1. They get the coil though. The smoke from the Dire squad finds the Tiny. Kick and snap the coil all over the top of Widge. Get the pick off. And also with the Viper and this Wraith King moving in onto Sacred. Tidehunter shielded up. The Abaddon's behind him, and Gyrocopter is going to make his presence known. Can't play into that Aghanim's Gyro, who's level 11 already.
Yeah, you're gonna need to play around this Ion Shell if you're Infinity. You already dropped the coil onto the Tiny, just get that easy kill. Good enough, you know. You see all other unknown heroes sitting around mid, especially the Abaddon there. Just back off, you know. Go farm. Wait for the next fight. You're kind of just playing for XP if you're Infinity at the moment with this Darkseer team fight capabilities.
Well, they get the Tiny again.
Again?
PP and Pamplona. No. Yeah, they stuck around in that bottom jungle. So now a dominating streak for your Puck, 4-0. After a couple of failed rotations early, he's definitely flicked that switch and realized, right, we're going to get this action going.
That's what I was thinking. They shouldn't be too phased about the fact that they couldn't get kills early on, because their timing is the mid game. Their timing is when this Darkseer has that max out vacuum and Aghanim's ready, dropping it on the Earth Spirit, getting that Magnetize going. Even the Wraith King with Ion Shell and Surge is going to be destroying the team fights. That's scary, right? The Radiance plus the Ion Shell just running at you. Oh, man.
That Aghanim Scepter Darkseer is on mid tower. Attempted to deny from the Viper, but against Lash and his Edict. Doesn't pay off.
He hesitated a bit. Didn't get that last hit off.
800 gold until Darkseer Ags, and we're seeing every time now we've seen this Darkseer either rush or go second item Aghanim Scepter. The beautiful charges and 300 HP. It's really no joke.
Good. I mean, the Ags itself, the stats that it provides for you is very nice. And then you get that extra health from the Ion Shell as well. And just being able to buff your teammate up. Just giving them that effective HP.
Yeah, the double lawnmower. Well, they've lost a fair amount of map control, though, Infinity. You know, top tier 1 and mid tower as well means top third of the map in towards mid, and the Roshan pit especially, all controlled up by Team Unknown. Where would you like Infinity to move? Like into Radiant Triangle, or do they want to take control of the jungle bottom themselves?
They gotta get bottom. They just keep running on bottom. You're not doing Roshan on Infinity. You're also not scared of Unknown doing Roshan. Just kick them out of bottom. At least control your bottom side of the map so you can hit the mid tower if you are to get 1 or 2 kills while being down there. The way they're playing right now, they're way too much on their own side, but at the same time, they are waiting for this Darkseer Aghanims, which is up in 70 gold. So we're going to be seeing some smokes from Infinity very soon.
Yeah, also the Relic on Wraith King, right? You may not want to wait for the full Radiance, but you do want that Relic up before he really wants to get involved in any real engagements. The Avalanche toss onto Puck, and a great split Earth means there's no phase shift, no jumping around with that little fairy dragon. So Dire Triangle belongs to Gyrocopter now, and they're actually sweeping all the way across westwards, vacuuming up all the space and finding the Viper for a nice little two-for. Viper and Puck both down.
They make the smoke play right before Infinity were planning to group up with the Aghanim's Darkseer, and they managed to get 2 kills, get a little bit more map control right now. But Infinity, they shouldn't be two-faced about this again. Like, just go back there and fight them. You got all the team fight abilities. You got your Puck with Boots of Travels and Witchblade. He's not going to get any stronger in the next few minutes, so might as well get the engagements going. Wraith King, Relic, like you said, that's pretty much the only thing. That's the next pickup for Infinity.
It's the only real blocker or delayer.
They're smoking. There it is. They're going to T bottom. Not going to smoke up, but they do want the engagement.
And Wraith King with level 2 reincarnation feels pretty good, planting his body around that tier 1 tower. Pretty strong group up here, though. A double coil back into the wall. There's the execution we wanted out from Infinity. They've not burst anyone down yet in the cooldown. Turnaround with the Ravage from Sacred. Viper's in trouble, and there goes the reincarnation. They've sustained through that jump. Sacred, the Tidehunter, gets another anchor smash off, and a double kill for Timo with a flat cannon bouncing around. Darkseer's out there. Puck and Wraith King going to hold the high ground. Surge away onto now's Wraith King as this Puck. He had another orb. Tiny's chasing, though. Does he have a combo? He does! Puck gets obliterated, and that was meant to be Infinity's fight.
Yep, they got this super split engagement, right? Where you have the Wraith King and the Viper on the right side, then you got the Puck, Earth Spirit, Darkseer on the left side, and they're just all going onto this Tidehunter, but the other heroes, they're focusing the Gyro on the Leshrac. Abaddon, he doesn't have too many heroes that he needs to protect at the same time here. So just holding the Lesh and the Gyro alive with the shield, the heals, the Ravage comes out, and that kind of just makes the engagement very awkward. The Wraith King, you know, his reincarnation pops, but most of Infinity's damage sources are already dead. At that point.
And there's this Tide Pipe as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sacred going pipe into Solar Crest, no Blink Dagger required. I think he got like a 5-man pipe in there, just watching everyone stay alive through the Magnetize and everything. Lesh self-heals himself, got shielded up. It looked real good.
It feels much better if you're Infinity, you're taking the fight head on together as 5. So you just shell up the Wraith King, let him go in, make him be the first contact, and then take the fight.
And now they're catching Earth Spirit. Yule's in a split Earth. Gyro's being Viper struck on the left side. He's going to walk through that Nether Toxin into the Wraith King though. Wraith Fire Blast, but the Gush back on the Viper Vacuum does nothing. It puts them in the 3-man coil, but the Avalanche Toss combo!
Oh, the Puck!
PP! The Puck's dead again! They've just burst through them, and another drastic victory for Team Unknown. Around the Roche Pit if they want to have a go at that.
They're crumbling so hard right now. Infinity, they feel like they're stronger and they feel like they should be winning these fights, but the angle of engagement they're taking is just so bad for them. And that's why they're mainly losing all these fights. And that Puck, man, I think Wish has his number right now and doesn't even have a Blink Dagger yet.
A tithe to the impurities.
Yeah, but pretty much every Tombo we're seeing is just straight onto that Puck, blowing him up. I'm just wondering, you know, after game 1, you know, the mental fortitude you've got to have kind of swinging that game back and forth. I'm just wondering what kind of state Infinity are in right now.
Yeah, this...
Things definitely not going their way.
And it's kind of sad because they do have the team fighting heroes for it to be able to keep them in the game. I mean, now he's going to have a Radiant soon, so that's going to kind of reset their mentality a little bit because it is a huge item and he's only got 1 death. So at least, you know, Niall's having a pretty good time. Infinity, they just gotta rally behind this Wraith King right now. Shell him up, let him go in, let him soak all the damage, and once Unknown commit all the heroes onto this Wraith King, then go in with the Darkseer. Darkseer has a maxed out Surge. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like Vacuum is just a much better spell for him to have in this game because he got all this team fight combos.
Well, PP hides himself away in the trees. They scanned the Puck up there and they knew that PP was around the area after pushing that wave, but he's going to immediately TP down bottom as Unknown bring their entire force northwards, 5 heroes strong. They're looking for that tier 2, and if they get that early outpost, shut down some of that XP for Infinity. But the mirror movement's good from them. Infinity just dodging for a little bit. Wait for the Raiders to be delivered now. And they can think about their next move, and it's probably going to be Roshan, right? That first one of the game, around 20 minutes. It's always incredibly key timing, but Unknown are the ones breaking high ground and forcing the hands of Infinity. You've got to come back and defend.
Yep, you got the Abaddon with the curse as well. Yeah, they to do half the tower's damage and back off. I mean, it's a very good play from Unknown. They now effectively kicked out Infinity from the bottom side of the map. Infinity are now stuck top lane. They're going to control this outpost as well, and Roshan, with how much farm they have, is pretty easy to take.
Oh, yeah. One thing they'd like... Oh, I see Abaddon now, yeah. I think Prada's realizing we could do with a bit of vision around here in this dire jungle spot. He's going to ward up and just put his body on the high ground to make sure he sees any smoke movements coming in towards the pit. Yeah, they're not committing for it. Half HP Roche. Wraith King onto that Abaddon. Borrowed time. Very early usage.
Very big. With the borrow time on cooldown now. I think he's going to be a little bit more afraid or cautious into the next team fight. Now you have a target that you can kill, right? Just jump the Abaddon. Kill him. Make Sacred use an awkward Ravage if possible.
And tied inside the Nether Toxin. Does he have to Ravage him? He's going to have to pop pipe. The heals, the shield, and keep him alive. He did use that pipe up as Roshan now attempted by Infinity. Wraith King in the pit. Chucking some skelly bones at him there, the Tiny, and Tidehunter wanders back in to try and deal with these skeletons. Another stun and a toss in. Viper with the Wraith King. Two-man split Earth. Leshrac gonna burst them down. Reincarnation used up, and Sexy Yogi just burnt alive by the Pulse Nova. The Ravage gonna catch a couple there. Earth Spirit still in the pit. Sexy Yogi buys back. The Gyrocopter chases straight onto the docks here. Little boy gets the cooldown. Nuked. Landed on his head. And a toss back up into the split Earth. Puck's gonna have to jaunt to this orb and disengage. They buy back the Viper, but they still can't fight around the pit. One more victory for Unknown, and an Aegis in the hands of the Gyro.
Yeah, huge play there from the Tiny, tossing in Sexy Yogi. Making
the
it,
dieback.
Oh, it is. That
Viper's
definitely
caught
is.
up. Toss into Gush. Dominating Widge. And you got 2 lanes pushing to Diabase now. Tier 2 looks
Darkseid did
easy as
not
it-
get vacuum or a wall off in that last fight, by the way. So
Yeah.
they did not, once again, have the full team fight potential of Infinity being shown
Dire's top
in these
tower is
engagements.
under
No
attack.
magnetize, no wall combo.
You really do have to execute when you're so far behind like this. 10k net worth lead, and they get onto the Leshrac. Chain stun him. Self-Yule's not coming in time. Pamplona kicks back, threads the needle between 3 heroes chasing. Yeah, just-
Now it's like, die
just
for
give-
me, please.
Just
die for
please.
me. Let me get out of here.
Your life for the king. Now Wraith King needs a BKB so badly, but like, where does he go? He's got to run back up to top jungle, try and farm away from this. You can't defend your bottom tier 2 against Unknown. They are relentless in their search for objectives and aggression.
Is under attack. Radiant's
Ravage is on cooldown for about 50 seconds. We'll have Coil, there's Vacuum Wall, of course, still ready. Just at no point does it feel like Infinity are available to teamfight. They're all spreading pretty wide across the map.
Radiant's
They
middle
did buy
tower
themselves
is
a
under
little bit of
attack.
time here with that 1 kill. Maybe Wraithing can get to his BKB. But they are going to TP down now. Leshrac is already here, though.
Oh, this is a risky one. 2-man Coil. Puck is in there onto Robo-Z. The back
No
of the
Ravage.
wall. In comes the heal, though, and you're right, no Ravage. But Sexy Yogi's burst down. Sacred's going to follow him into the grave. Now, still has his reincarnation as Teemo's BKB wears off. Holding Aegis still on the Gyrocopter, so he's still able to
Robo-Z so
pump out a
low.
lot of damage. The Glimmer onto Robo-Z. The heal sustain with that Essence Ring, but he's kicked back into death. They've killed them off, and the Aegis popped on the Gyro. Well, Witch destroyed by now, and a triple kill for the Wraith King. Teemo, just 1 stun. He's going to be done, but he dodges it with the Manta Style. Turns and fights with a flat cannon. He can't stand up against this now Wraith King with Pamplona and PP both around him. It's a 5-man wide,
Very
6 if you
nice.
count the Aegis. An Ultra for the Wraith King.
That was such an epic fight. That was absolutely insane. You know, the Ravage is on cooldown for 20 more seconds. So they took that opportunity with Unknown, just stacked up all the heroes onto the tier 2 tower. They felt so confident with those 2 words on the left side. They're like, there's no way Infinity are going to fight us here, right? And here they go in. Viper just puts himself right in the middle of it, soaks up a little bit of the damage, slows them down too. You got the Radiance, you got the Magnetize. Finally, for the first time in this game, Gary, we saw the combo come out.
Radiant
And it did work.
Absolutely did. A 4,000 net worth swing as well. I mean, they're going to go back onto Prada now.
bad
Borrowed
again,
time is there. Robo-Z with a
There's
split
no
Earth. There is a
reincarnation here.
reincarnation, but he does have a BKB. He's going to have to use it. Slice through the Abaddon. The Puck coils up onto the Lesh.
want the Lesh.
Sacred holding the Ravage. He's going to wait for that BKB to wear off for the Wraith King. They're turning back on the Puck. PP tossed up. There's the Ravage now onto the Viper and that Pamplona Earth Spirit. So they comes back swinging strong, even with 2 heroes down. They get that 3-kill streak.
Yep, all they really got was the Abaddon for it too, and Wish once again picking off the Puck in that team fight. He's got 3k gold on the Puck now too. Like, the big thing from that fight was Infinity, how much net worth they were able to get. And a little bit of map control, but they did kind of give away a lot just by going on that Abaddon, hard committing onto him, especially without the reincarnation on the Wraith King. They felt kind of strong, right, with the Gyrocopter being dead, but you gotta understand, the way that you're winning the team fights is because you're able to launch all your spells at the same time.
And you're able to soak them up as well. You know, Darkseer, Wraith King, able to soak a lot of damage on a lot of these cooldowns as that team fight does kick off. And another period of the game here where Infinity, they could smoke up and move out across this map, reclaim a little bit of territory. Ravage, no availability for a minute and a half. They are still facing off against an incredibly farmed Gyro. Manta, BKB, Ags, and soon a Satanic for Teemo. And he is all alone up top. If he gets closed in on here.
The
Pops
thing
his
is, his
Manta.
build, it doesn't really have that much damage now, does it? Especially if he goes for the Satanic.
Yeah, he's going to need a
Interesting.
Daedalus or something.
Tidehunter,
Sacred. Under the Nether Toxin. They need that cooldown to slow
He
this
backed back.
advance forward. He's popped his pipe, but he's under the wall. Little silence and roll.
Getting
Backing onto
healed
him,
and
but the Iron
shielded.
Shot's going. They're healing him up, but Tidehunter is going to fall. Inevitably dies. And the Dogs here with the coil now. They're going to be able to catch out the Tiny. Widge stuck up in here in Infinity. They're back out onto the map, fighting that team fight just as we wanted.
Yep, Hyperstone got so much right-click damage now on this Wraith King, and he's climbing up those charts. I feel like he's gonna take over the Jarcopter in one more fight. And Teemo, he gets the Satanic, cool, right? You still don't have a lot of damage, and your side gunner, it can go on to illusions, it can go on to skeletons in the fights. There's so many random things to factor in. I don't know. I'm not really feeling the Satanic build right now, especially if you go for the Manta style. Like, your damage output is just not there.
Yeah, we've seen the Manta like dodge out a Viper Strike, a Wraith Fire Blast here and there, but it is a interesting little pickup for Teemo. No
Alright, if
SNY,
he-
no Maelstrom or Daedalus or anything like that.
If he goes for a Rapier, okay? A Rapier after the Satanic
works.
Manta BKB build, then I'm game.
Sounds good
I mean, you
to
got
me.
an Abaddon shield, right? To heal you and stuff, and then you got Glimmer, Force Staff, you have team items on your allies. Let's go. Let's go for the big plays.
But yeah, like you compare him to the Puck, right? 19,000 net worth Gyro, feels like he doesn't do enough damage. Then you've got this 13,000 net worth Puck with Deso, Witchblade, Phase Shift
Yeah,
attack.
this Puck hurts. He
it
is
really does.
very painful. I mean, he's that secondary carry, plus with the Darkseer Vacuum, like, you can hit everybody with that Phase Shift right-click. Just gonna be really nice. Applying Desolator to everyone, then all those illusions
Exactly.
are gonna do more damage. Your Wraith King's gonna do more damage.
The skeletons.
And it just adds on to the combo.
Well, a Bloodstone for Lesh. So opting to delay his BKB until his next
PP?
item. There's the
Oh,
toss.
comboed
PP
again.
caught up in the Avalanche of Split Earth. Yet again, Widge had his number, but the turnaround, Vacuum Wall, in we go. Sacred holding Ravage, waiting for that perfect timing. Pamplona's BKB is going to wear off soon, but now comes in with a Wraith Fire Blast. Tiny. He's just annihilated, turned into dust and crumbled by the Wraith King. They do try and force Pamplona away. He'll roll back in, try and refresh some Magnetized stacks up, and Sexy Yogi stun connects and cancels out the TP. Darkseer
Yep.
and the Wraith King running for the hills.
PP is just way too eager to just go in and do damage. Like, he blinked in, or he went in, he hit the left strike, he used Phase Shift, and he came out of Phase Shift instantly. Right? So he just got comboed and died, and his team now has to fight 4 versus 5. It was an absolute disaster, and I hope he actually builds for a BKB now, because that's just going to keep on happening every single fight if he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, he's got it. That Daedalus, not going to be the option. Mid lane of Barracks, though. Curse of Avernus and the Edict. Trying to split Earth the Wraith King, but he's pretty speedy. They'll take down the melee, leave the range one, not worth sticking around any longer. Get out across the map, and we've got a Roshan respawn in 2.5
Long.
minutes, so quite a long
Very
one.
long. So just get a free racks and get out on Unknown. You can give thanks to PP for that one.
And PP immediately TP's top. He's been pinged out. They spotted him on that lane ward. If they can kill PP up here, like Widge is kind of ready. He's got Blink, he's got Yules. The rest of this team not interested. They want that next Roshan. That's the primary objective for them. It would be good to get a bit of dewarding in this Radiant Triangle, though. There is a real nice Dire Observer just offset from that high ground. Everybody's scouting the Roche Pit. The waiting game, the dance of death. Sacred taunting. Anchor smashing the Wraith King. Neither of them really interested in starting a fight or kicking off an international incident, but they will return to their original positions.
Smoke up.
Actually smoking behind the
there's no
now
vision.
Wraith King. And now they want to start the battle onto Sacred. Avalanche to try and force them back. Surge on the Darkseer, and they spot the
They find the
Gyrocopter.
gyro.
There's a Tiny off there, and there's a split fight again. And we've seen how this favors the Radiant team. If you don't get those big vacuum walls, the Radiant very likely going to win the fight, but they roll in onto the gyrocopter, the BKB of the Earth Spirit, and the Yule's on the dark side, but RoboZ's already killed off Sexy Yogi, forces him to buy back. Wraith King and Earth Spirit still there with a 3-man back wall. They do catch up the gyro. Teemo launches his cooldown, but this Wraith King is still standing tall, very strong, with Reincarnation ready to go. The BKB of Teemo, I mean, they can't even break through his first life. Now finally dies for that initial time. PP and Sexy Yogi though return, but the Ravage! Sacred's in there with a 3-man, whacks them with the tentacles, and that's now gone. That's what Unknown needed. A massive victory. Wraith King, Puck, and that Darkseer all dead. Earth Spirit's going to get chased down by Tiny. The creep's not going to kill him, but Roshan is alive in 20 seconds here for Unknown.
Oh man, that looked like it was going to be such a good Infinity fight. They were surrounding Unknown very well in the engagement too. The Ravage was there, so they were waiting for the reincarnation. Yeah, you can see right here. They go for the Puck. They follow him. Puck manages to blink down. Go to his team. Earth Spirit goes in, and the fight is like very split up. But it's not that bad. This allows the Puck to constantly get those Witchblade hits off and make some plays happen. The BKB start coming out here. They get the nice wall. They get the tiny kill. He instantly buys back, and now the Wraith King is going in. He turns onto a Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter gets his BKB off because doesn't have a Satanic, doesn't want to lose too much more HP, and this is where things go wrong, right? The reincarnation comes out, and then the Puck goes to the middle of the fight and just gets ravaged. Like
the Force Ravage.
Yeah, that should not be happening. And then once the Ravage came out onto the Puck and he dies, like majority or a lot of their damage output instantly gone, and just Gyrocopter's like, all right, I guess we'll just go kill this Wraith King with no reincarnation and no BKB. Nothing to worry about anymore.
Exactly, then they convert it into top melee racks, so they know Roshan's alive, they're in the pit. Aegis, Cheese, and the Shard there. Who's getting that Shard then?
Leshak, yeah. That's a feels good Shard right there.
Very nice, yeah.
For free.
Especially against Wraith King. Like, if he does use BKB before reincarnation, you're able to kind of split Earth and stack them up on his respawn spot.
Yeah. Very nice. Plus, you can use it on the wall too. Just use it where the wall lands, and then now even if delusions do come out, they're just gonna constantly get hit with the stuns. That could be good. Most of the time, you do want to play around your wall, Darkseer wall.
Force the fight inside it. Infinity not able to connect with PP bottom, so Puck gonna TP top. Spots the Tiny. He has 18 armor and a Yule Scepter. Not going to be able to blink away from this, though. He did blink inside that creep wave, but a nice little shove back with his neutral item, that Psychic Headband. Puck has enough right-click damage to take him down. A solo kill, yeah.
So a 2700 HP Tiny with 24 armor got soloed by the Puck. Very scary. But very glass cannon as well. Doesn't have a BKB.
No BKB.
Yeah. He needs to be...
Made a move onto this Prada Abaddon. They're rolling across the map looking for him. Gyro BKB TPs, Abaddon Force Staff, he's been stunned up, and they just give the Abaddon.
Yeah, and they want more. They're not done. They know this hero doesn't have buyback right now. Let's just run at them over a minute. And this Gyrocopter Aegis is starting to feel a little bit of a waste.
Yeah, he's got it for 3 more minutes, but what, 2 of those minutes going to be accomplishing little to nothing. Infinity, they are 2 sets of racks down, but they're looking for a high ground push of their own. Split Earth onto the Puck, though. They kick off the fight with a great stun out of Lash. Earth Spirit misses his roll. The wall onto the Gyro with the illusions. Teemo destroyed in the Nether Toxin. Aegis spent already, but the Split Earth, the big circles, they're coming out. They're strong. And Teemo, with no BKB, has a Satanic if he wants to use it here. Against now, the Wraith King going to be surged away, sprinting pretty quickly back into the fight.
This Shard.
Lose that first life. Yeah, these Split Earths, they are absolutely nonsensical. Look at the massive circles of death being created.
Oh, now I was just sitting in there. I think he got stunned like 3 times by the same Split Earth. And then another Split Earth comes out. And he just locked in there. Look at Wraith King's item build. I love it! Yes! This man has some balls. Let's go.
Oh, Gyro had one queued up as well, but
yeah,
he's changed to Skadi.
He changed his mind because his team just died and he got stuck in the base and now he died again. Doesn't want to be giving away a rapier, and Wraith King, he's got 1,800 more gold for this rapier. I mean, he needs it. He just wants to blow this Tidehunter up under a stun plus the Nether Toxin. Just get the break onto the Titan and kill him before he can even Ravage. Why not?
We even saw how quickly the Gyro died, even pre Relic here. They get on top, and now BKB TP, no stuns
Smart
to go through it,
decision.
are there?
Yep, I've
Nicely
seen a
played.
lot of carries not clicking BKB, just trying to run out, wait for their reincarnation, and then BKB. This was smart
Radiant's bottom tower
on
is
now
under
to just
attack.
get out.
Dire's
The
bottom
trouble is he doesn't get to that full rapier. And Unknown, they are breaking through your buildings. Gyro frontlining.
Yep.
Homing missiles being pushed down as well. They'll vacuum him a little closer to the Dire side, but 4 staffs and drifting away. He's going to be helped and shielded, saved by Prada. And these split earths really are quite fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. It's such a weird ability, but it's also so good. I mean, it's a feels good split earth because you got it for free. You didn't even have to pay for it.
Well, they do have to come back and maintain these lanes, though. Like double catapult bottom, Tiny will clear through it. Mid-wave needs to be shoved out. So a bit of space for Infinity to finish off that rapier. Now 600 gold away from it. And we've got some tier 4 items. Again, you know, this game's starting to move on. 37 minutes. It's Timeless Relic, Flicker, Minotaur Horn there for the Radiant. Dire team with a Ninja Gear and a Timeless Relic of their own. That spell damage from Lesh, it's gonna be huge. I mean, debuff duration as well with these split earths.
Radiant's top tower is
Yeah,
under
he's gonna need the level 25 as well here. The Diabolic Edict explosion damage is gonna be... This Leshak is getting real out of hand.
And they're aiming for that bottom lane again. They realize, you know, Puck is up there. Wraith King's probably farming on that side of the jungle there. Their vision hasn't
He's got
stopped
it. He's
anyone
got
in a
gold
while.
for it.
fallen.
Rapier.
he got a penta-
Rapier. Let's go.
He got a Pentaed sword as well. He's locked it.
Locked it first. Okay.
They lose their bottom tier 3. Now TP's
Unlocked
in.
it.
He's unlocked the rapier. He's going
was
to kill off
dying.
Teemo.
Go back.
Satanic back to full HP with the BKB and the cooldown. The wall is off to the side, so now the fight is spreads down. Unknown can reset. Think about the Ravage play. Pamplona's BKB'd up and then
Tiny
killed
set.
off Tiny. Wraith King, he's been stunned up. But these split earths holding the Darks here back as the Leshrac frontline with a BKB of his own, and Cheese and Bloodstone means he's incredibly tanky, but the Puck has moved in. Wanting to backstab towards the Gyro and the focus onto that Teemo Gyro yet again, but the Ravage saves the day. Sacred catches them all. The tentacles onto now. Wraith King's first life. It is down. Comes back up in a second with that rapier going. Little boy, what can you do? Vacuum them? Control them? No. You're all falling to this gyrocopter. They do finally kill off Teemo though, and now a triple kill with a crit.
I love it. I love
It's
this
a
rapier play. It
wipe.
was so good. Dude, the Satanic was the only thing that was keeping the Gyrocopter alive against this Wraith King. And every time the Satanic's on cooldown, the Gyrocopter cannot fight. Look at this.
Watch it
Keep
back.
using to the... Yeah, here we go. Unlock. Get the Rapier going. He pops the Satanic. Has to pop the BKB. He can't get stunned up again. Now he tries to run away from the spike. And Wraith King, he gets a stun onto the Tiny afterwards. He didn't pop the BKB because he didn't know there was a Rapier on the Wraith King at that time. And he just gets instantly blown up in that 1 second, the Tiny. So Wish completely out of the fight. They run back. And you see the Wraith King just running in there. He does not care. He knows this is their fight to win. And the Wraith and the Gyrocopter Ravage was nice, but the Satanic is back up again. And it just wasn't enough in the end. They could not bring now down twice.
And now
Got a ra-
they're going to force buyback of the Gyro, of the Lash. They're going bottom
Yup.
lane barracks.
Radiant's
They've cleared
Oh,
through
good.
mid, hot knife through butter. Oh, this rapier from now. Real beautiful stuff. No Ravage for over a minute. They're going to have Vacuum Wall when that Darkseer respawns. 2 full sets of barracks and now just staying in the Radiant base. Toss back. Near the tier 4s. Nearly 2 shots to the Abaddon. They forced the Tiny to BKB. Get away from that coil.
They should back off. 15 seconds on 2 heroes. You don't want to do this right now, especially with the Darkseer not near you. Sexy OGA also a little bit far away. And they balance the game out again. What a series so far, Gary. Oh
It's
my
so
god.
good. It's so
Jeez.
good.
This Wraith King hero, man. And I just love the decision making on his end. I feel like on Unknown Gyrocopter, he bought the Daedalus. But I'm telling you, my 15 years of Dota experience is telling me that he should have went a Rapier instead of his Daedalus. And with that Aegis timing that he would have had, it would have been beautiful.
All of your years
And now
playing
he's
with
missed
EE.
it. All the years playing with the... Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I look at the two heroes, the two lineups, and I'm thinking like that's the solution for Unknown, and they're missing their timings now because he's gone for that Daedalus, and now he's going back for the Rapier, and it just feels so awkward. Because here you want to have a butterfly on your hero because it would be amazing against the Wraith King's Rapier because he doesn't have anything that pierces through evasion. So like everything's just off sync for Unknown, and Infinity, because the big balls plays from now, he's able to keep them in the game and dominate these team fights.
Yeah, we can see the indecision from Teemo as well. Like he's been switching from like Butterfly to MKB to Rapier. What does he want? What does he need? And I guess settling for the Rapier now is trying to make the best out of the situation, but the stampeding hordes of Infinity heroes rolling in towards the Radiant Triangle. Wraith King leading the charge. He wants to pick off onto someone. It's PP's pop. He gets the backstab onto the Tiny. They destroy the Courier. Sorry, that's not the Courier. They destroy the Abaddon.
They one-shot.
Where did he go?
He just got
Did the Wraith King one-shot him? I was watching PP get the Tiny.
He just one-shotted him.
Invisibility.
Do we have a replay of that?
God.
I was watching PP backstab. I thought the Abaddon was out of there.
Yep, I was watching the Wraith King, the big balls Wraith King here.
Has been killed.
Nope, that's not it. Well, Roshan up in
got
about 10 seconds.
Oh, goodness.
And they've got 50. A window where Tiny's dead for just under a minute. And Infinity, they're going to scout this out with the Earth Spirit inside the pit, watching Roshan respawn.
And there's another problem, Gary. The Gyrocopter lost his courier, so he cannot buy his Rapier and bring it to him. He has to manually walk to that secret shop to pick it up. And this is so scary to do that because you don't know what kind of vision Infinity may have up right now.
Oh, they've got Refresher Shard here. Is that for Darkseer or is that for Wraith King, you reckon?
Nah.
Wraith King 3 lives?
Refresher Shard?
The Puck's holding
it. Give it to the Puck. It's good. He's got Aghanims.
Oh, you're right, he does.
You can just lock this Gyrocopter in, yeah.
And they've got Force Staff, they've got Vacuum, they've got Kicks, they've got so many ways here if they catch him pre-BKB. And Wraith King straight up onto that tier 3, dodge away from the split earth. He's disarmed as Halberd from that Tidehunter is gonna provide them at least something to play around with. They toss the Wraith King away. Usually you're tossing him into tier 4s, but you're tossing him away from your base.
It's like, please don't hit our buildings. Please. I don't know. I think a toss into his team wouldn't have been the worst decision if they had like a stun lined up with the Leshrac, because you would be able to pop him right away. But because, okay, wait, Teemo did get his Rapier. Where did he go to get that? Did he go bottom right? Bottom? He must have gone bottom, right?
No, he must have, yeah.
Okay, he must have walked all the way bottom to the secret shop there, got his Rapier now. So they do have the damage, and I would love to actually see a toss back on now into Tier Force, stun him, get that first life instantly.
PP.
Oh, he didn't see him. Didn't see him.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
That was a little bit hairy. And
now he's going back in.
The team.
He's got Skellies though this time.
Now to high ground.
Can't toss him with Skellies
there. And he's been surged up. They tossed the Viper in. But the coil onto the 4 of them. Pamplona magnetized. The vacuum's huge. Ravager trying to turn, but the BKBs are up for Infinity. They finish it. They dodge, but PP's dead. The Puck's gone. Now with his Rapier left standing here alone. He's on an island. First life, reincarnation. That's it. The Aegis is going to be utilized here as well. And he's not going to last a third one, isn't he? He's going to drop the Rapier on the floor. He's super dead. They've done it with a toss back on the Viper. They bait them into the base, and Teemo has double Rapier.
All right.
What are we witnessing, Thievin? Well, what is going on in this series?
It's once again, they don't have the information. Like, now this time, Infinity didn't have the information that the Gyrocopter had the Rapier. Look, he tossed back. He already got the Force Staff out. He's a skip, but the Puck got stunned. He dropped the coil, and then the Ravage comes out, and he gets stunned by the freaking Split Earth again. That Shard Split Earth stunned the Puck 2 times, and then you lost your position too. You lost your big damage dealer guy, and you're inside of Unknown's base.
The Viper you will stun, double buyback.
But
now is missing an item. Oh, it looks so bad, his inventory. They don't get the toss back thanks to the Glimmer Cape. But Unknown in their entirety, they are here, ready to break that third and final lane of barracks.
This Leshrac Shard
there is still one standing top.
Is absolutely destroying.
It's been pivotal. Like you just can't play into it. They're just stuns after stuns, and the fact that he's doing it like a Venn diagram as well, right? He's not stunning a hero. He's like preemptively stunning 2 circles separated slightly. So you have these stacking stuns just building up over time, and now mega creeps are coming. You don't have that rapier anymore. Wraith King has what, 1,600 gold to his name? Yeah.
Oh boy. They need to farm up another rapier if they want any chance in this game on Infinity. And this puck, man, I'm telling you, the Ags, sure it was cool, but you know you are playing against a Baden. Couldn't he have just bought a BKB with this build?
I think so.
Can't you just wait for like a potential Ags from a Roshan and just get a BKB? Like, how many times has PP been stunned by a Split Earth or a Ravage and died?
Every fight.
Every
fight, yeah.
Every fight they've lost, PP has died first.
But you're right. BKB has even been like a second or third item we've seen with this kind of build. You know, a lot of the players going for that Witchblade, Deso, and then they have that moment of wondering what they want to go for. Is it the Blink? Is it the Ags? And they very often, Chris Luck and some of these other Puck players do go for that BKB just knowing it. But Puck has got a Rapier queued up next. So I'm going BKB. Gotta go the Rapier.
I mean, they need damage. They need damage badly right now. Like, the Satanic Gyro with 2 Rapiers is essentially unkillable. You don't have enough stuns unless you can kill the Abaddon first, then you get a coil on the Gyro and kick him out to break it.
How good is the Ag Shard on Darkseer? Is that something they can consider here against the Gyro? Like, does the stun pierce BKB or anything like that?
Close enough. I don't think he's ever gone close enough to get a single right click off.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have Blink or anything, does he? Oh god. Oh god. Tied Tiny under the coil. Puck. The Ravage comes, but the Phase Shift dodged it all. They've lost Sexy Yogi, and now they're going to lose PP. Yule's into the air. Can't blink away. Phase Shift to buy a second of time, but this Edict and Pulse Nerve are going to catch him as he returns to the land of the battle. Viper dead with no buyback.
Jesus Christ, it's just...
Does have one.
It's just chaotic. You just see like 2 Split Earths. You see like an avalanche coming down. They just got the power of nature on the side of Unknown. Call down, Ravage. I mean, what can you do if, Mother Earth is just playing against you?
Burn it to the ground.
Infinity.
Spew out some more toxins from this Viper. I don't know, but your tier 4s, they do not look happy. This monster of a gyrocopter with double rapier is right in front of them. And Wraith King, homing missiles are coming his way. He's got a blade mail now on now. So something here that could counteract the Gyro's rapiers. But the trouble is, even with the vacuum back in, they've got these Split Earths landing, and Little Boy who's been shredded. That's got to be it, surely. The double buybacks come out. The Puck and the Dogs here want to fight around this reincarnation of now. In we go.
They need the wall.
With the Puck. They need the wall. They need to drop it with a Hex or something, but he's been stunned up by the Ravage. Now they can focus the throne. They've lost it all. It's a 2-0 victory here for Unknown. My God, it was a close series, but a 2-0 victory nonetheless.
Wow. That was just absolutely epic. I mean, especially now, like, he did everything he can in this game. Even that rapier buy, the angle of attack onto that Gyro to bring his team back into the game. Take that 2 Raxes, but on the 3rd Rax, they really messed up on Infinity. They forgot how they took the engagements, how they're supposed to, choke Unknown out and maybe get an item, get a pick off first before they make the play. And they didn't notice a rapier again, right? Both these teams are not aware when these rapiers came out and just surprised them. Oh man, what a crazy ass series. It was actually very nice to watch both these games.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to talk about as well, storyline wise for the boys in the panel. I mean, Zyori boys, Unknown.